Timberwolves in those fantastic City Edition jerseys, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about the history of the City Edition jerseys a little bit later on in the broadcast. But
and part of that is, you know, Taurean Prince and Jaden McDaniels making three-point shots from those spots.
Taurean Prince unable to connect on his first three-point try here tonight. Zubac. Crab dribbles his way into the paint on Towns, but he carried the basketball, so a turnover by LA.
Zubac had been able to play off of Karl Anthony Towns and can't get that to go. Zubac.
The following year it was the Prince theme, and they also had the earned editions, which was the white version of that, which was fantastic. Fun.
It's an homage to the Minneapolis Lakers, right?
Yep. You know, these ones this year are fantastic, and they're going to
count that.
Yep, they are going to count it. They're saying it hit the glass first.
Ant waved off Towns and told Taurean Prince to come set the screen.
And now Zubac has Edwards on him. Mismatch for the big fella, and Zubac's able to hit the turnaround. LA has yet to hit a three here tonight after hitting 21 of them on Wednesday. Bledsoe finds Zubac going for the stuff. Bando says, not on my watch. Great to see him back here in Minneapolis. Jimmy, he looks like he's in tremendous shape. Like he might have he might still have a few minutes in him.
He's seen them all come and go. And Latrell Sprewell was part of the greatest team in Timberwolves history.
Timberwolves, meantime, still with this 17-point lead. Paul George. Zubac gets an offensive putback. That's the first offensive bucket. Timberwolves, meantime, still with this 17-point lead. Paul George. Zubac gets an offensive putback. That's the first offensive bucket. Second chance rebounds tonight for the offensive rebounds tonight for the Clippers. Towns throws one up. And the Clippers trying to see if they can get this down to a couple of possession game going into the locker room at halftime. Timberwolves.
I mean, it's not defense, it's not basketball, it's gamesmanship. And you're trying to fool the referees into making a call. Pull Karl into him and fall down like Karl's the one that's doing it. So whether it's Zubac fooling the referee or Karl fooling the referee, I don't like any of them.
But Karl can't get caught up in that game, Jim. Jalen Noel, shot clock at 5. Beverly for 3. That is no good, and Zubac pulls down his 6th rebound. He might be the all-time record holder for the Timberwolves from three-point range. He has not missed very many this season from outside the arc. Bledsoe, the back tap.
Yeah, Minnesota did get one of those Portland players. It wasn't Nicholas Batum, though. It was Martell Webster. As Zubac gets the big throwdown. Came off Nick Batum pretty far to stop that dribble penetration, didn't he?
Edwards again gets into the paint. That time Zubac's got a piece. Beverly wraps up Jackson at midcourt. Jackson kind of pushed off a little bit to create that separation. Credit Edwards. He knocked that ball into Zubac's. Jackson kind of pushed off a little bit to create that separation. Credit Edwards. He knocked that ball into Zubac's foot. Towns. Zubac able to knock it loose. Thought about a three, instead tried to get it to Towns, but it ends up as a turnover. And then Taurean Prince reaches in.
They've got to figure out, Coach Finch needs to figure out a way to get Karl Anthony Towns easy shots, and Ant can't get that layup to go at the rim.
17 of 20. So, problem is Minnesota's offense has just completely dried up.
Minnesota just trying. Wolves don't really have much going right now in terms of continuity offensively. They're basically getting the ball to Anthony Edwards and getting out of the way.
Offensive foul on Zubac.
Wolves don't really have much going right now in terms of continuity offensively. They're basically getting the ball to Anthony Edwards and getting out of the way.
Offensive foul on Zubac is with you on that sentiment. Timberwolves, Jim, they have committed almost twice as many fouls in this quarter than they have scored points.
Yeah, it's been It's been a steady diet of trying to get Karl Anthony Towns involved in post-up opportunities, and the Clippers have just taken that away.
Vanderbilt takes it away from Paul George. Are knocking on the door of getting their own 20-point lead. Edwards. (22-4) is the run.
An elite level three-point shooter per se. Karl Anthony Towns is an elite shooter, but he's a center, at least at this juncture. He's going to be a great shooter and great scorer from all levels.
Takes that basketball there away from Zubac.
And really, I mean, D'Angelo Russell has been probably one of the bigger disappointments in terms of field goal percentage.
Paul George. Terrence Mann, one-handed. He goes in one fell swoop, grabs the rebound, and passes it.
Since being up by 20, 11 of 49 shooting.
Jim, the other thing is, though, you know, you got to find more shots. I know he's been defended well, but you got to find a way to get more shots for Cat. Anthony Edwards. I mean, it's been that kind of second half.